No, this isn't right just yet. Unless we hit something to cast here. Windswept turns on the glittering. It doesn't turn on the Hydroform, but I'm not pitching Hydroform because that's just silly. We don't need the Simian necessarily. Will we? He should Ghost Quarter us at some point. We need this land drop to actually cast another spell to keep going this turn. He'll maybe quarter this, we'll get this land back, and then we'll try to Hydroform with it. I like just pitching the Simian. It served its purpose. It accelerated out the Ascendancy. That's its whole role in the deck. No, I don't have a green source, do I? We used to have one more green source. This used to be... not Temple Garden. Temple Garden I discarded. Temple Garden would have been perfect. No, it's fine. If I get anything, it's the Hallowed Fountain. Yeah, I should have kept the Simian. I didn't see it. Sigo. I had forgotten that we discarded the Temple. He can't afford to Ghost Quarter me though, can he? I don't think so. Okay, Mana Lake? Sure. What's interesting is we're gonna get a game. That makes me excited. That does excite me. Stitcher's perfect. Stitcher was a perfect draw. That lets us really do what we need to do. So he'll Mana Lake the... what? The best Hydroform target is the fountain. Excuse me. If we Hydroform, he'll go after the Hydroformed land probably before that he goes after a Wind Zendikon. That's what I would do. There's a better line though, hang on. There is a better line. We can go green, white, wish. Then if he goes after the breeding pool, I still have the Fate Stitcher. Yeah, that seems better. Or he's not going to do anything. That's fine too. Struppy says run all the Gurren Lagann music. I have the full soundtrack. What's the safest? The safest is Metamorphose actually. It's the safest card in this situation. Pro before he gets priority. That's a very important thing to do when you're playing this deck, guys. If you want to play it. Float. Sleight of hand. The Hydroform's awkward. Nova Joe! Science. I thought this was the card I wanted, but like the thing is the Ghost Quarter does unfortunately go after it here in this situation. Doesn't mean I can't use it at all. It doesn't mean I can't use it at all. It just makes it awkward. I think I'm actually gonna pitch it. It may have indeed been a mistake for me to go for. We could have gone for a different spell. And that's okay. Sometimes you realize that too late. I think he wants to Mana Lake my Ascendancy. That's actually okay. That turns out the quarter. Although if that was my plan to bait the Mana Lake, then there was no reason to pitch the Hydroform, but we found another Stitcher, so it's irrelevant. Sure. If I had another instant here, I actually could pay for the Mana Lake, but I'm going to say no. We're going to untap. Keep going. Pitch the Fate Stitcher. Bring it back. Hit this. Set this. Triggers. We'll probably just beat him down with Stitchers this game. Crimson Wisps. Definitely what you want to take. And let's Serum Visions. Unfortunately, none of these lands in play fast tap for blue, so it's going to take me a little bit of time. but he should be dead momentarily. Actually, I can speed up the kill with Glitter Wish. Let me show you how that works, guys. It's really neat. I didn't show this tech last match. I'm going to show the tech now. I love showing off some of the tech. You guys are going to love this card. It's a real spice-a-rooney. It's really spicy. It's a really spicy wish card. It's one of my favorites. As far as speeding up the clock, if your opponent's trying to time you out on Magic Online, don't worry. Just go get this card. You'll be fine. We actually have lethal now. Watch. I'm going to go get Flesh Blood. I'm going to have my largest creature deal damage to his face, and he'll be toast. Right? So this is 8, 9, 16 lethal. So blood on the biggest creature, hit his face. Tap, 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 tap. Untap, untap. Untap. And you could cast some more spells before it goes off just to make sure that the blood is big or bigger. You know, it doesn't really matter what order you necessarily hit in a second. Oops. There we go. Yes. Yes. Which. And like this is just demonstrating you can go off at instant speed, which is really, really super neat. Get some triggers. Untap, float, float, float. And you really shouldn't be lazy and float some blue mana in there. Say no. Just sing it. It's cool. But there's all sorts of cool things you can do. Have I considered running Tainted Strike? There's no need for it. There's no need for it. There's absolutely no need for the Tainted Strike. We've been brewing this a long time, Duke Palace. This is a classic. This is actually from the previous stream. We've been working on this for a long, long time on this stream. I really like where it is. If you want to see where it was before the Eldrazi Menace hit, it actually looked like this. You used to run Lumbering Falls and Surgical Extractions and Swan Song. Swan Song, of course, counters any permission. It'll also counter Eidolon of the Great Revel. Gives you a much better burn matchup than you believe. A 2/2 Swan is much less scary than Eidolon of the Great Revel. So this is what the deck used to look like until Eldrazi happened. But I've made some adjustments just to combat them specifically. Things like Gutshot in the main buys you so much time against their Mimic draws. They also had Noxious Revivals. The deck's come a long way, though. Now we've augmented it to fight the Eldrazi. If you ask me what my strongest deck for fighting the Eldrazi is, it's actually Ascendancy. Although I love the Wizards deck so very much, and it's really spicy, I think this deck is probably the strongest deck in Modern Replay on this particular stream. Period. This deck has a lot of potential. I'm not just saying that because it's near and dear to me and we've been playing it a long time and I still enjoy it playing it. It's just a really fun combo. Period. And I've learned to work through the triggers and move quickly through it. That doesn't mean that the Wizard deck has no potential. That's not what I'm saying. The Wizard deck has a lot of potential. I'm just saying, if I was to pick a deck to play against the Eldrazi, it would definitely be this one. With Worship. Tutorable Worship. Square just says it's a flurry of untapping. I've gotten faster at it. There's a lot of... Do you guys want to learn how to do it quickly? Here, I'll show you. I'll teach you. If you want to pick up this deck, don't worry about playing it on Magic Online. That's for everybody like worries about that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about playing it on Magic Online. The deck is perfectly reasonable. Gaosis. Gaosis. Thanks for the followerino, man. Welcome to the show. It's really easy. Check it out. Let me show you. So we're gonna go players. So, you know, you're sitting there like, how do you go off so quickly with the deck? I recommend practicing it. First of all, practice it. And second, let me show you the old version. I miss the old version sometimes. This one's just, it's not as fast as against these. This is a more resilient against like when control was more of a thing. In Modern now it's not. Would you keep this? Only if you're on the draw. Science rules. Only if you're on the draw would you keep something like this. Okay, we're supposed to just probe. That's fine. And again, these slow lands really hurt the matchup and against the Eldrazi. So we can go like this. We can go like this. You can slam the Ascendancy. It depends on what you saw. If you're supposed to play the Ascendancy or the Carrytid first. I like playing Carrytid first. And then during the end step, crack this. My favorite land to get for speed is Steam Vents, actually, because it fast taps for red mana. And there's the Stitcher, and then you kind of go off. So watch what I'm doing here. So let me show you some techniques in Magic Online. If you hold down, if you go into your settings, so go to your, hang on. I think my account had my thing up, so. Go to your hotkeys. So input settings. Yeah, input settings, go to your hotkeys. So input settings. And what you're going to do is you're going to go in and you're going to change some of your hotkeys. The hotkey I'm using most to make the combo go faster is auto tap mana. Lifetime goal, become a mod. Says Z-Dog, Zach, I'd love for you to apply. Just send me a message telling me a little bit about yourself, Zach, and tell me, I guess I already know your name, accidentally. Tell me a little bit about yourself, and if you, anything that might, you think makes you a better mod for the channel, why you like the project, why you want to be part of it. So, it doesn't need to be a huge letter, but just tell me a little bit about yourself and why you want to do it. So, auto tap mana, it's right here under general key bindings. Auto tap mana. So for me, it's actually League of Legends, because I used to play like League. It's League hotkey. So check this out. So we're gonna have fast tap. What does that mean? Well, see how I'm not like having to. Oops. Hang on a second. So see how I'm not having to see that? It's not asking me to input the colors of the commands on the mana. I'm just holding the E key, and boom, it's fast. Boom, it's fast. Now, don't forget, I use the undo a lot. That's Control Z. Don't forget Control Z. So we can kind of really quickly move through this. Carrytid, for example, fast taps for blue. We can even animate the Lumbering Falls. A lot of people are skeptical about Lumbering Falls in the deck. Watch this. I mean, yes, now I'm also skeptical because of Eldrazi, but you can, like, animate the Lumbering Falls. That's cool. And then you can, like, Noxious Revival, back a Gitaxian Probe, and that's gonna, pay Phyrexian, and then that's gonna, or we need to play the Ascendancy first, but you get the point. I'm showing how the deck can be a lot faster, but obviously you want to play Ascendancy first. There we go. Knew I forgot something. Alright, so you got an Ascendancy in play, and, you probably, Visions, and you're just kind of going up, and you can go more quickly thanks to some of these hotkeys. Don't be intimidated by the deck. Now let's bring back the Stitcher. Top, bottom. Let's bring back the Stitcher. So we're going to go blue. For blue mana on the Carrytid, you do have to do that. Now we can fast tap, untap this bad boy. We're going to go peek. Obviously, I have to, since it's solitaire mode, I have to peek at my own hand, which is weird. Say yes. What do we need? Say it's awkward that it's way up there. My muscle memory is used to it being lower. That's a lot of Glit Wishes. Not that you shouldn't keep them all. We can Cerulean Wisp on the Carrytid. Seems like a fine play. And you're just going through the motions. Oh, that's hilarious. In solitaire mode, you can't target your own hexproof creatures. Did you notice I wouldn't let me target the Carrytid? That's bizarre. That's bizarre. Alright, so we're gonna untap this. Say yes. Untap. And so we actually have enough to animate the Lumbering Falls, which I'll do. And a lot of people were skeptical about Lumbering Falls in the deck. It's not hard. Phyrexian, that's going to untap these falls, and you could have made the land drop too. And you just see you're just firing on all cylinders. There's a goldfish section on Magic Online. Yeah, do you want to know how to get to it, Shade? So you need to go to, hang on, that was our league. What was the match we didn't review? Hang on. There was a match we didn't look at, real quick. Because I know some of you guys are here for the Wizard list, and we're going to go back to the Wizards in just a hot second, but this match I don't remember. What were we up against? Turn 1 Vial, say go. Inquisition us. What was this matchup? Do you guys remember? Cavern, Slam Prodigy. Oh, this was Lantern. You need to see this. We talked about how a lot of decks, everybody was like, oh, Lantern's the answer to Eldrazi. Maybe. Has a lot of bridges, yeah. But we actually totally take this guy apart with the Prodigy and just consistently countering the appropriate spells. Love how opponents scoop to... Oh, Ironworks? Alright, Shay, just hold on one hot second. I wanted to do another review real quick. So we're getting the beats on the ground. We actually countered the... we flashed in hard.